Hello, lovers of Marvel Puzzle Quest. It is a Friday evening, and it is time for some streaming. First, let's make sure that the streaming is streaming. Always do a little bit of quality control. And we appear to be a go. Hello, this is Nick of the Shady Rogues. I am here to do a little foul play. Wah, 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 wah. So yeah, I'm going to play in the Howard the Duck tournament. And I'm still working on CYCLOPS. I have done nothing in the Howard the Duck tournament. I haven't even done the gimme missions. So I am going to do those, and I'm thinking that I'm probably going to laugh a lot at Howard the Duck. I'm relatively certain that I'm going to be doing that. All right, well, let's do it to it. Sure, too many pants. It's time. And I am actually going to take the gimme Howard the Duck, because the gimme Howard the Duck has all three powers, and I think that that will probably be more useful. Oh dear. Oh dear. I get to use the super duo. Oh shit, that means that everybody and their mom is going to be using the super duo. So, oh well. Okay, how do we want to proceed? Let's do this. That worked out pretty well. And I'm going to get that 4, I do believe. And I'm going to punch Howard the Duck a lot. Because of these, he is the biggest danger. The biggest danger is not Venom or the Juggernaut. It's the talking damn duck. So let's... what do I want to do? Let's take this. And I'm really close to a righteous uppercut. I think I'm going to righteous uppercut. And that'll definitely take the duck out. The duck is flying. And now let's do that. And that almost takes him out. And sure. Let the duck take Venom out. Juggernaut's not going to be much longer to be dealt with. So let's do that. Boom. Punch to face. I win. Yay. And that wasn't bad at all. Which, you know, that's one of the gimme missions, so I don't expect it to be too bad. And I'm very close to my Season 26 Scarlet Witch. I'm excited about that. Considering I actually do have her max level. For those of you keeping score at home. I'm going to open up this, and hopefully I get nothing. Not hopefully, but that's what I get. I would have rather gotten something for my trouble, but wah, wah, wah. I do want to thank everybody that is here this evening sharing their Friday night with me. So I do appreciate the viewers in the here and now on the Twitch. And ooh, I got a She-Hulk for my super duper barely squeaking in the top 100 performance. So let's come over here and let's add a level, and I get ISO. So I'm all right with that. And while we're here, let's go ahead and get Cyclops a little closer to max level and championization. All right. And for, oh dear God. Oh dear God, take a drink. And I'm going to talk about something that's comic book related, but it is not Marvel Puzzle Quest related. Okay, it actually kind of is. It actually kind of is Marvel Puzzle Quest related. But I'll get to that. My wife and I have been watching Daredevil on Netflix, and we both really like the show. And we're almost done with the second season. Almost done. We've just got a couple of episodes to go, and we really like it. From my personal perspective, I think one of the things I feel like they've done really well in the second season is the Punisher. I was prepared to not really like the Punisher because, in all honesty, the Punisher is one of my least favorite characters in all of Marvel Universe and comics. So, and that's just me. I mean, if you're watching this and you've watched any of my Marvel Puzzle Quest videos, you quite possibly have heard me call the Punisher the murderer, and that's kind of just a joke that I've had for some time, because that's kind of how I look at the Punisher, is just a crazy murderer man. But I am pleasantly surprised with how they have portrayed the Punisher. And I won't go into like their take, but for, I guess, spoiler reasons, like, I don't want to spoil anything. You know, if you're a fan of Marvel Comics, I'd imagine that you're probably going to watch this show or have already watched this show. But depending on, you know, where you are, you might not want to hear my specific take, other than, you know, hey, I liked it. But the thing that I am going to talk about, and it's not specific to just the Daredevil show, it also has to do with, I want to say, damn near every comic book property show that I'm kind of aware of. And I'll spit it out because I feel like I'm doing way too much, you know, goddamn setup for this. I'm tired of comic book movies, comic book shows not calling the character by the name that they go by in the comic book. That really bothers me. And like, and this might constitute a spoiler. We are 2 episodes away from being done with both seasons of Daredevil, and they only call him Daredevil one time in the entire show that I can think of, and it was done so jokingly. Any other time, they call him the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Now, I realize that is his nickname, but also he goes by the nickname the Man Without Fear. So it just bugs me that we have a Daredevil show, but they don't call him Daredevil, and that really bothers me. They call the Punisher So this is something that really bugs me. I've watched episodes of Green Arrow. They don't call him Green Arrow. I'm only in the I'm not even all the way done with the first season of Green Arrow, but they always call him the Hood because he wears a hood. And I think I'm maybe halfway through the first season of Green Arrow, and they call him Green Arrow in a joking fashion. One time that I've noticed, very similar to what they called Daredevil in his show, and it really bugs me. Another instance in the Man of Steel movie, they damn near called him just Hope Man. And there was the scene in the movie where you get the feedback when Amy Adams was actually going to call him like Superman. And that really bugged me. So it's like, if you're making a movie about comic book characters, there is some inherent ridiculousness involved with making a show or a movie about people who put on spandex and punch other people who are also wearing spandex and their underwear on the outside of their pants. It's ridiculous and fantastic, and some people would call silly, but you have to own it. So that's just something that really bugs me. And I don't know who it is. I don't know if Batman is to blame, if like the Christopher Nolan Batman incarnation is to blame. It's been a while since I've watched those three movies. I'm going by my memory, and I'm almost positive that they refer to him as the Bat several times. And I don't know how often they call him Batman. And I do know that it would be, in the Christopher Nolan take, it's more of a darker, grittier, more quote-unquote realistic portrayal of Batman. And I guess it's kind of silly to call a grown man who dresses up like a bat as, refer to him as Batman. To have a conversation with someone who refers to himself as Batman. And that is ridiculous. I completely agree that is ridiculous and crazy. But if you're going to put up the money to make a Fantastic Four movie, don't call it the Four Stick. And use the names. It just really bugs me. And I like the Daredevil show. I really do. But they need to call him, Daredevil. So that's something that I feel like it is very applicable to this particular video game, because there are certain characters that they don't call him Falcon, they call him Sam Wilson. And it's like, just call them who they are. I mean, we have a picture, we can tell that that's Sam Wilson Captain America and not Steve Rogers Captain America. Just call him Captain America. So I know it's a little ridiculous, but still, they're not calling Iron Fist, what is his name, Danny Rand. They're not doing that. I mean, it just, I don't know. It bugs me. So anyway, apparently they're making a Punisher series. That really doesn't surprise me. This is the first I'm hearing about that. Somebody chimed in the chat. And I'm all right with that, in all honesty. So the guy who played the Punisher, I liked his portrayal. And, hey, I'm glad to see him getting more work if they're going to give him a show. So good for him and good for us. And let's do that and sure. So that just that really bugs me. That really bugs me when they don't use their names. And I mean, like, I feel like that we've had so many comic book movies for decades now. Of course, we've only really had good comic book movies for like a couple decades. They've been very hit or miss. Now they pretty much have their stuff together, definitely on the Marvel side. And I don't think that's just me being a Marvel fanboy. I think objectively you can say one side of the aisle is doing better. In terms of giving a shit and trying to actually make an honest-to-God universe of their properties, and not just trying to say, we're going to have a franchise, damn it. So, I really didn't like Batman versus Superman. I actually hated it. So, I hated it. I hated it. I think that's just like I had a lot of the stuff spoiled about the movie, and I won't spoil anything in the movie in my rambling in this, but I'm actually really glad that I did have things spoiled for me, because I watched a number of movie reviews that I respect, and I was still disappointed in that movie. So, really, really bad. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. It did make a metric ton of money. And from what I understand, that is one of the things that really do matter. It really does matter. And I really don't want to take the blues, but at least the duck is going to get webbed. And let's do this. We're going to Kung Fu the Master of Magnetism. And apparently hiccup at the same time. All right, let's do this. Nick, play better. Ooh, there we go. Of course, that wasn't me, my playing. That was just me getting lucky. Let's go ahead and do this, and let's just beat the living tar out of Magneto. How much damage is that going to do? That's going to do a little bit of overkill. Let's bomb him in the beak and bop him in the nose and just knock him the hell out. And I'd like to bop somebody else in the nose real hard. Sure. Okay, hopefully I'll be... No, they're going to take that. Screw you, duck. Alright. I'm going to... I guess I'm going to punch Dakin. What do we got? I don't want to use your quack foo. I want to use your... I want to do this. Let us do this and that, and let's try to take him out. I do think he is the most dangerous. Oh wow. Ugh. Well, I turned this around fairly quickly. Oh wow. Bonk. Victory. Nom nom. I've got her maxed, so that's just going to be grinding fodder. Okay, so haven't seen the The Batman v Superman. Okay. If you want to be angry, go watch it, or I don't know, just go see it a matinee. Deadpool. I actually haven't seen the Deadpool movie. I haven't. Me and my wife really want to see it. We're waiting to just watch it at home whenever it comes to some format in which we can watch it. And in all honesty, I was really surprised that it was getting good reviews. I like Deadpool, but I also feel like Deadpool gets really overused a lot. Like in some ways overused almost as much as they overuse Wolverine and everything. So that's something that kind of irritates me. Even to the point where like what is the cover? This cover here, Uncanny Avengers, and we've got Deadpool there, and I don't want to say like I'm a I don't know, Avengers purist or whatever, you know, like he doesn't need to be associating with the superheroes or whatever, but I do feel like that Deadpool doesn't need to show up everywhere, just like Wolverine doesn't need to show up everywhere, or Spider-Man. So that just kind of I kind of have I don't know, maybe a love-hate relationship might be the best way of putting it. I'm not entirely sure. But I do really want to see Deadpool. It is very difficult to go to movies now, where my wife and I have a 2-year-old, so it's difficult to get out of the house with a 2-year-old. So getting a babysitter can be difficult. So my Jess basically just tapped out of Batman versus Superman. So I actually went to see that by myself, and then I gave an entertaining review of the movie when I got home. That that I was really tempted to record it and put it on the channel. I was hoarse afterwards. So after I watched the movie, I swore off that I was not going to watch any more DC movies that get bad reviews from critics. So, and I actually want to see the Suicide Squad. I actually really do. But the gossip about the reshoots to make it funnier kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So apparently they're trying to make it even more like Guardians of the Galaxy, with inserts of humor, emotions like we humans feel. Goddamn duck just kicked me. Oh. I think it's possible that we are going to have a good Howard the Duck movie before we're going to have a good Wonder Woman movie or Green Lantern movie. And I think that is... I think that's sad. I think that's sad. I mean, if you would have gone back in time and told me that we were going to have a Doctor Strange movie and a second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Oh, Jesus. Before, like, a Wonder Woman movie. Like, I don't know when the Wonder Woman movie comes out. I know one is coming. But we had a movie where there was a tree man that could only say 3 words. And his talking raccoon friend before we had a Wonder Woman movie. I want everybody that hears my voice to just stop and think about that. That we had like the number 3 the number 3 most recognized character in like DC's roster, and I would argue one of the most recognizable comic book characters. Like, I don't know where she ranks like right now, but you know, she had a show in the 70s that was, you know, that's thought well of in the history books and so forth. But a movie where someone that called themselves Star-Lord, and they called him Star-Lord. They didn't. I mean, they did make it they made it a joke because that is a little goofy. But at the same time, they owned it. They didn't call him Star Thief or, you know, Thiever of Stars or something. I don't know. The Lord. Who do I want to punch? I don't want to do that because I want that to stay on the board. Oh, hell, I'll do it. And, random Magneto to come out and punch me with whatnot. Okay, how do I want to handle this? I'm sure I can bitch about comic books more in a minute. In comic book movie, more like, you know, comic book movie properties. Just let me get through this fight first. I completely lost my train of thought. Will this take him out? Yeah. Okay, that takes him out. Okay. I'm gonna kick this duck in the face. I'm not gonna use Quack Fu. Even though it will probably make me very happy by using Quack Fu, but I'm not gonna use Quack Fu. Alright. Let's check the chat. I think that's a good thing. They are listening to what we enjoy. Not sure what you meant by that. Do you think it's about that it's sexist? I assume you're talking about why it has been quite so long in getting a Wonder Woman. I think that definitely factors in from my perspective. Because, adding a level. I mean, even like the Marvel side of things, as well as what they're doing with their movie properties, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has still not been what I would want personally in portraying female superheroes. And kind of what I would, and also kind of backing up, I really like Joss Whedon. I mean, hell, everybody likes Joss Whedon. and I'm a huge Buffy Angel fan, and I think that he's done things in the past that portrayed way better, stronger female characters. And from what I understand, he wanted to do a Wonder Woman movie, and I kind of feel like that was a very missed, awesome opportunity. So I think there's probably an alternate universe where we got an unbelievable Wonder Woman movie, but that same universe doesn't get the Avengers movie that we got, which I really liked. I liked both of them. So Suicide Squad, about the what were you meaning about the Suicide Squad? That it being like sexy or sexist, or we're actually listening about that? I'm not sure. I don't follow. And I will give you a moment for my words to travel to you in the past, the delay, the whatnot. So I mean, I don't want to see a bad comic book movie. Well, I'll take that back. Sometimes I really do like watching bad movies, and I have the Halle Berry Catwoman in my Netflix queue right now, and one of these days I'm going to get around to watch it. I've never seen it. I haven't. I feel like that's some cake that eventually I'm going to have to eat. So, no, they're changing it to make it more funny. It depends on who made that. I guess my take on them changing a movie this late in the production cycle, that makes me nervous that they really don't have an idea of what they're trying to do. I can see where someone could say they're trying to make something more fun in a comic book movie. And I mean, that's an interesting idea. I mean, the Marvel movies, for the most part, are fun. Batman versus Superman was not fun. It was not a fun movie at all. It was Grimmy McGrimmenstein, and there has been backlash over that. And I guess you could say that there is some good that they're listening to people, but I would rather them have a clear vision of what they're trying to do. Because if you have a clear vision of something, I feel like that implies that you have confidence in what the movie that you're making and what you're making it about. So that's kind of my take, and damn you game, you're going to have an extra move right there. So I guess that's my take, but I get an extra move, damn it. I don't know, maybe all the board is black. I blackened the board. Oh God. So I want the Suicide Squad to be good. And I went back to the chat. So what did you not like about BVS? And maybe that's how I should talk about the BVS. It's not bad because the movie has a mouthful of a title. What did I not like about it? God, my knee-jerk reaction is to say the beginning through the ending, everything, and that's a little bit of hyperbole, but not far from it. So I didn't like that the entire movie was like joyless. It was a joyless movie. They got characters wrong. And I don't want to spoil things. I don't want to spoil things because I am going to be putting this on the internet. Hell, I'm on the internet right now, but I am going to put this on the YouTube channel, and I don't want to. Well, first off, I don't want to take too much longer in this mission, so let's start punching people. Let's start punching people. Let's punch this guy. Let's punch this guy some more. Just beat the shit out of Mr. Clean. I guess the point is I don't want someone to show up for Marvel Puzzle Quest and then get huge spoilers about a movie they maybe haven't seen. So, and I would like to, I would think that in the same way as, I started talking about an episode of Game of Thrones or whatever. So, because it bothers me when somebody, spoils things when I don't expect them to, I didn't sign up for that one thing and then somebody drops, a spoiler. So I'm trying to explain myself and play this game at the same time. I'm going to do this. This may or may not be the right move. I don't think it was, because I think they're going to. Well, if they're going to kick him in the face, and I think they're going to do something like that, and that's going to hurt. But it was okay. To get back on the question, what did I not like about Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice? They got Lex Luthor wrong. The portrayal in this. The portrayal of Lex Luthor was, I feel like they told Jesse Eisenberg, if I got his name right, they said when he showed up, he was like, I'm going to play Lex Luthor. And then I feel like the director or somebody took him over to the side and said, you're not going to be Lex Luthor. We fooled you. You're actually going to be the Joker. Because he played more of a Joker. He played the son of the Joker and Lex Luthor, in my opinion. That's how I would describe it. I had a love-hate relationship with Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman. He did things that Batman should not do. And that really bothered me. Ooh. What else? Oh, I think I've won. That made me laugh. I have a real problem when characters are just stupid. Like, just stupid. Like, a lot of, I'm trying to not spoil, but I know that it's like an old Stan Lee style trope to have, like back in the day when Stan Lee was just creating comic book characters every other week. X-Men, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, and just pulling, great superheroes out of his ass and putting him, on the paper. But it's like Namor fights the Hulk, and they show up and they just start punching each other. And by the end, they figure out that that they shouldn't be punching each other. They should be punching somebody else or whatever, And I'm butchering and horribly paraphrasing a lot of content from like the 60s in particular. And I think a lot of it was probably like fan service, like, hey, the Hulk fights Thor. Of course, in that instance, that's a little bit more believable because the Hulk just wants to be left alone. And I realized that Batman and Superman fighting each other, you know, Frank Miller's blah, 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 you know, that happened. In an alternate universe, blah, blah. It happened. But I feel like we haven't earned that yet in the DC universe, but we're going to earn it in Captain America 3 because it's Captain America 3, and we've had like 10 years of Marvel movies setting up Iron Man and Captain America fighting. So that's kind of my take on that. And yes. Ben Affleck, I thought, was good at Batman. I think he was probably the best in the movie. Even with his ridiculous, do you bleed? Which he didn't write that. I don't think he did, but it's just so. But yes, the second thing you said, yes, I have a very big problem with that because of everything else. Because that's getting Batman wrong. And it was just so over the top. Just over the top. Everything was just grim and gritty 1990s. And not everything in the 90s was horrible, but you know, there were some good comic books that came out of the 90s, but there was a lot of so-and-so getting killed just for the sake of getting killed. And and that also kind of shows up in the movie. Some creeping of the 90s, but then just getting stuff wrong. So that just did not set with me. Does that answer your question? Leave a comment below, future people. I'm trying to have a spoiler-free BVS movie review in the middle of your Marvel Puzzle Quest video game watching. That's a unique thing on the internet, I guess. It is now. All right, one fuzzy guy. Where am I at in this? Okay, I need like 80 points. That'll give me about half of it. Okay. What I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to get my token, and then I'm gonna call it a night. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna try to continue to talk about comic book movies. I'm gonna try. So. You know, I'm probably gonna need hit points, so I should probably do this. This is gonna hurt. It is. God, who do I even fight first? Well, I could punch either of these fine 5-star characters in the face and not worry about them growing back or getting back up. So let's punch this guy in the face. Let's punch the old man in the face. All right, here we go. Yeah, good times. Punch old man in face, yeah? And let's do this. And hopefully this will work out. Not really so much, really. I don't want. Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. I'm very close to a punch fest. Let me punch fest you. Punch. Punch, punch, punch. And sure. I'm glad that I've been entertaining. Because there's a lot of I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to, like, you know, content creation, YouTubing and whatnot. Let's do this. And I will say, okay, on the comic book, this here comic book movie phenomenon. I watched the teaser for Doctor Strange, and I'm actually really pleased with what it looked like. Even though I really don't know a lot about Doctor Strange. Really. I've actually never read a Doctor Strange comic. I should probably remedy that. I've been trying to get back into comics. So there for a time I was reading old issues of Uncanny X-Men. And I was in the Chris back in the early days of the Chris Claremont run. I had just done the Dark Phoenix saga, and I was very, very pleased with that. And then I took a break and didn't get back into it. I haven't read a comic in damn near a couple of months now. But anyway, I should probably read some Doctor Strange. I mean, I know like basics, but I'm pleased. I did think it was. I did laugh out loud when I heard Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever, what was when he was doing his American accent. It was higher than his normal voice, and it threw me, and I did laugh out loud. So. But at the same time, he's a very good actor, and I think he's a really good pick for Doctor Strange. And I'm curious to see how the movie is going to play out. And I think this. I'm trying to think. Doctor Strange is one of the more fantastic, out there properties that Marvel has. I mean, the only more fantastic that you could get would be the actual Fantastic Four, with them going to subatomic universes, alternate dimensions, fighting Atlanteans and moloids and shit. And I mean, when Doctor Strange starts wiggling his hands and start asking, you know, to bind somebody using the crimson bands of Sidorak, that might be a little silly. And I think we need a British person to bring that kind of old school theater to it. And I think that's probably why he got the job. I mean, it's kind of like Tom Hiddleston bringing that kind of just out there Loki. You need somebody from across the pond to really do it. And I guess Tom Hiddleston is from the UK area. He could be Australian. I don't know for certain. And I'm kind of in the middle of something, so I'm not going to Google that shit. Okay, apparently I missed some next stream talk about Game of Thrones. Oh, Ingrid, Jon Snow. Oh, Jon Snow. That's I have no idea if that. I think her name was Ingrid or is Ingrid. Oh shit! I'm not even gonna try it. If you're that behind on Game of Thrones, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am excited about Game of Thrones. I do really like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones discussion is more likely to come up in our Dungeons and Dragons online content because me and my fellow Shady Rogue, Rick, both really like Game of Thrones. And some of that might creep in. We might. We both really liked True Detective, and some True Detective would usually creep in on that because we really liked the first season of True Detective and really didn't like the second season. And yep. But your mileage may vary. There's probably some people that really liked that second season. Anyway. Jon Snow. Oh, God. Who am I going to fight? I don't want to fight this. That's 20. That's 20. That's 22. Let's fight this. This is somebody I haven't fought in a while. You're okay, and you're okay. Which season? How many seasons of Game of Thrones has there been? Is this the 6th season that's getting ready to start? I think that's right. I don't know. I'm very disappointed in myself. I don't know how many seasons of Game of Thrones there's been. I'm going to really make the internet mad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go back to talking about BVS, I promise. Oh. Who am I going to punch first? Probably going to punch Goldilocks with his constipation face right there. Let's do this. Take the 4. Let's get blacks. Blacks and purples. Can't go wrong with blacks and purples on this team. Unless you've just really screwed up or the other team got really lucky. Let's do this. Yeah. Come on. There we go. And how do I want to do this? I want to buy Nick of the Shady Rogues. Do this. And then I'm going to beat this guy up. And let's do that. Okay. All right. That worked out really well for me. Pew, pew, pew. As I get pewed. I get hit with the pew, pew. I want my shield to stay there. Oh well. He's gonna. Ooh, extra move. And you already spent your team up power. I want to. I guess I want to take this because Magneto is getting ready to hit me with his polarizing force, which sounds a little dirty. A little dirty. It does. Sounds a little dirty. And okay. I've won. I've won. Yes. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh, wow. Let's take greens because he actually does more damage with greens as he takes some greens. Oh, well. Let's... Yee. Sure. At least I'll bop him a couple times. I just now realized that there was other things I was going to say about Doctor Strange. I just now realized. One of the things about like video gaming on Twitch and YouTubing that I've found out about myself is that, and just in general, it's actually rather difficult to try to form a coherent thought while you're doing something else that requires like mental energy. So I like the cast. That was one thing I was going to say, and I like the trippiness in the teaser. It's not, you know, I was going to call it a trailer, but it's like a teaser trailer, and not that that's like an incredible, I guess, distinction between that warranted the utter record skipping of my mouth. So I do apologize, people of the present and future. Okay. All right. Okay, 6. Okay, sure. And okay. Let's thank you, chat, for helping me out. I am going to spend some ISO. I am going to hopefully get about 30 points. Can I get 30 points? May I please? I'll fight something bad. I'll fight this. 48 points. Sure. And okay, last fight of the night. Let's go all in. And I am going to attack the opposing Mr. Clean. Let's... Ooh, this is nice. This is a nice one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, damn. Let's keep going. Oh, God. I'm just going to beat the ever-loving shit out of their loot cage. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. And now I'm going to beat the shit out of their Howard the Duck. Now I'm going to beat up their Magneto. Oh, God, that is so bad. Oh. I feel kind of bad. Oh, well, I feel kind of bad that I messed up and didn't take the 4. But there are times in this game, like, it's like I kind of feel bad for getting so lucky. But I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. Victor's remorse. Let's do what? I guess I should probably just keep getting blacks. I want those purples. Let's get the purples. He's pretty much gone. He's going to be gone next turn. We got Mohawk Storm. coming at us and blowing wind at us. And let's go ahead and do this and see what happens. Not a lot of blacks on the board, don't think. Okay, maybe I will actually get a hit. And I'm going to go ahead and take Luke Cage out. Okay, I didn't realize I actually took their shield out. So yay. Polarizing Force. That's going to cut into... Ooh. And... oh, God. Howard the Duck is just beating up Luke Cage. I am going to beat the ever-living shit out of Magneto. And there we go. Ever-loving shit out of Magneto. Yep. And I think I'm going to send Howard the Duck into orbit. Oh, he's going to quack me. Quack, quack, quack. I was trying to add some sort of sound effect, and I kind of screwed that up all to hell. Let's... whatever. Because I'm getting ready to win. As soon as Power Man over here comes to, he is going to uppercut this little ill-tempered duck into space. Gonna send that duck to space. Oh. Alright. Have I got disappointment waiting for me in this token? Maybe I do. Come on. Come on. Come on, big money. Give me a Howard the Duck. Come on. Give me a Howard the Duck. Come on. Come on. Oh. But, you know, hey, I got a Storm Mohawk. I'm okay with that. So, yay. I'm okay with that. I really wanted a Howard the Duck, though. I really did. Apparently, I just didn't want it enough, though. And there we go. Very nice. All right, that is going to do it for me this evening. I want to thank everybody for watching me in the here and now, and thank you guys for listening to me bitch about comic movies and other stuff. I really enjoyed that, and hopefully, you know, the people of the present will enjoy it, and I hope you people of the future will also enjoy my ranting and raving. So if you did enjoy this, you know, hit the like button, people of the future. Tell your friends. This is a shameless plug for self-promotion, so get on it, people. Help the Shady Rogues channel grow, and help the Twitch channel grow, and so forth. So thank you all. It's been a very fun experience tonight. I will see you guys in the future. Bye.